Lagos Assembly adopts recommendations on bill to establish Geographic Information Service. House of Representatives probes 1.12 trillion naira anchor borrowers fund diversion. On the foreign scene, Israel-Iran attacks continue as United States President Donald Trump demands Tehran's unconditional surrender. And in sport, Nigeria's hurdler Toby Amusha returns to Diamond League action in Paris. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Members of the Lagos State House of Assembly have adopted the recommendations of the Committee on Physical Planning and EGIS on a bill for a law to establish the Lagos Geographic Information Service. It is for the harmonization of all geographic information service projects to provide a computerized central database and base map integrated software for all land-related records and for other connected matters. The bill aims to deliver efficient and reliable services to all stakeholders and as well ensure advanced transparency of land management in the state. Presenting the report, Chairman, House Committee on Physical Planning, Urban Development and EGIS, Sylvester Ogunkelu, said the significance of the bill cannot be overemphasized as it means a lot to the improvement of information technology and computerized central database in the state. Ogunkelu added that the bill aims to prevent illegal acquisition of geographic information and enhance valuable geographic data that will increase spatial capabilities and innovation that will drive social and environmental benefits across the state. It will be recalled that the House had deliberated on the bill and committed the same to the Committee on Physical Planning and EGIS for further legislative scrutiny. The committee held a day public hearing on the said bill in order to seek inputs from stakeholders, and a memoranda was submitted by the same on the proposed law. The Lagos State government has announced the immediate suspension of planning approvals along the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road. Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Oluyinka Olumide, who announced this in Alausa, said the suspension of planning approvals along the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road was necessary to address the impacts of the project on the state's physical development plans in the area. According to him, the project had significantly impacted the just concluded Odeomi Action Area Plan, as well as the ongoing Ibeju-Lekki Model City Plan and Lekki Comprehensive Master Plan that are at various stages of preparation. Olumide noted that the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, LASPA, has been mandated to carry out the suspension order until it is directed otherwise. He emphasized that the Lagos State government remained steadfast in its commitment to an organized, livable, inclusive and sustainable built environment, assuring that the state is well positioned to reap the many benefits of the interstate coastal highway. The Federal Road Safety Corps has issued a strong warning to motorists against offering bribes to its operatives, emphasizing that all traffic fines must be paid through designated banks. The FRSC, in a statement signed by its public education officer, Olusegun Ogunwemide, says any motorist found attempting to bribe FRSC personnel would face arrests and prosecution. The agency reiterates its zero-tolerance stance on corruption, stating that bribery contradicts the values and standard procedures of the Corps. It stressed that all fines collected during patrol operations were paid directly into the federal government's Treasury single account, not to any individual. The Corps also cautioned FRSC officers against soliciting or accepting bribes from road users and urged the public to report any such misconduct through official channels, describing them as key partners in the campaign to ensure discipline and safety on the roads. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has confirmed that over 1,800 persons were displaced following a devastating windstorm that ravaged several communities in Garba-Chide, Bali local government area of Taraba State. According to a statement released by NEMA, the storm followed a heavy downpour accompanied by violent winds on June 2 and affected several communities. Head of NEMA's Yola Operations Office, Ladan Ayuba, said preliminary assessments revealed that more than 300 structures, including homes, a church, a school, and a hospital, were either destroyed or badly damaged. Ayuba said the team is working with the Taraba State Emergency Management Agency to conclude a full report that will guide immediate humanitarian intervention. Ogun State government has unveiled two initiatives, the Plastic for Cash and the Blue Box, to combat plastic pollution and environmental degradation. Unveiling the initiative in Abeokuta as part of activities marking the 2025 World Environmental Day under the theme Beating Plastic Pollution, wife of the governor, Bamidele Abiodun, said the innovative programs were not only to reward individuals for embracing plastic recycling and responsible waste disposal, but would also encourage a culture of sustainability. Mrs. Abiodun said the initiatives show how creative thinking could drive lasting behavioral change. She called on residents to support the initiatives, adding that a growing crisis of plastic pollution would affect health, the economy, and the planet. Speaking earlier, Commissioner for the Environment, Ola Oresoya, said the theme for this year's World Environment Day was not only timely but critical for the ecosystem, the economy, and citizens. He said plastic products such as bottles, shopping bags, cups, and others had grown into a global crisis, choking water bodies, polluting lands, and infiltrating the food chain. Oresaya added that the Plastic for Cash and Blue Box initiatives were not just a policy, but a movement to ensure the behavioral change, as residents will be able to exchange sorted plastic waste for cash and value-based items. Now to the rest of the stories. The House of Representatives Committee on Nutrition and Food Security has commenced a probe into how the 1.12 trillion naira meant for the execution of the Anchors Borrowers Program was allegedly diverted by ministries, departments, and agencies. The panel is also probing the Nursel Microfinance Bank on how it spent 215 billion naira on agro-businesses, as well as the Bank of Industry over the disbursement of 3 billion naira to 22,120 smallholder farmers through the Agriculture Value Chain Financing Program. Speaking at the investigative hearing in Abuja, Chairman of the committee, Chike Okafo, raised the concern that of the 24 participating financial institutions who disbursed the money for the program, they only had evidence of 9 institutions. Okafo added that the creation of the Committee on Nutrition and Food Security is a legislative response to join forces with the executive arm of government and other stakeholders to make Nigeria a food-secured and nourished nation. The Association of Community Pharmacists of Nigeria, ACPN, has called for an immediate end to what it describes as the institutionalized marginalization of non-physician health professionals across Nigeria's education and health sectors. In a letter signed by its national chairman, Ambrose Igwekama Eze, the ACPN accused the federal government of repeatedly yielding to what it called the blackmail tactics of physician-dominated associations such as the Nigerian Medical Association, Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria, and the National Association of Resident Doctors. The association cited recent events at the University of Calabar, UNICAL, where physician lecturers reportedly downed tools in protest against the appointment process for the institution's next vice-chancellor. The ACPN alleges that similar pressure tactics were successfully deployed earlier at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, leading to the nullification of a VC's appointment by the Federal Ministry of Education. According to the ACPN, these moves violate extant regulations of the National Universities Commission (NUC), which require vice chancellors to hold a PhD, a qualification many medical doctors allegedly lack in favor of professional fellowships. The association also raised alarm over disparities in remuneration, citing that physician lecturers who double as hospital consultants earn nearly twice as much as their non-physician counterparts, while allegedly denying them equal consultant status. The ACPN demands a presidential directive to end the trend, warning that continued suppression of non-physician professionals could discourage Nigerian youths from joining the healthcare workforce. Now to foreign news. Explosions have continued to rock Tehran as Israel claims attacks on centrifuge and weapons production sites in Iran, with the conflict now in its sixth day. The attacks come after Iran launched more missiles towards Israel, including the hypersonic Fatah projectile, claiming the weapon broke through Israeli air defenses. The death toll from Israel's attacks on Iran has risen to more than 240, including 70 women and children. More than 24 people have been killed in Iranian attacks on Israel. Meanwhile, United States President Donald Trump has demanded Iran's unconditional surrender. In our sports, Nigeria's Tobi Amusan will return to action at the Diamond League when she lines up in the women's 100 meters hurdles at the Meeting de Paris on Friday. Amusan's appearance in Paris will be her fourth Diamond League outing of the season. She began her campaign with a fourth-place finish in Germain in 12.74 seconds and followed with another fourth in Shaoxing in 12.66 seconds, but bounced back emphatically with a season best and meet record 12.45 seconds to claim her first Diamond League win of the year in Rabat last month. The world record holder and 2022 world champion will be up against an elite field in Paris, including world medalist Kenny Harrison, rising Jamaican star Akira Nugent, Poland's Pia Skrzolska, Dutch champion Nadine Visser, Devine Charlton of the Bahamas, and current leader Grace Stark from the United States. And that ends our news at 10. Just before we go, always obey road signs and traffic lights. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch your news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. You can listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 51,514 graduates applied for the graduate internship program designed to expose interns to hands-on work experience? Can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. Members of the Lagos State House of Assembly have adopted the recommendations of the Committee on Physical Planning and EGIS on a bill for a law to establish the Lagos Geographic Information Service. It is for the harmonization of all geographic information service projects to provide a computerized central database and base map integrated software for all land-related records and for other connected matters. The House of Representatives Committee on Nutrition and Food Security has commenced a probe into how the 1.12 trillion naira meant for the execution of the Anchor Borrowers Program was allegedly diverted by ministries, departments and agencies. We also told you that explosions have continued to rock Tehran as Israel claims attacks on centrifuge and weapons production sites in Iran, with the conflict now in its sixth day. And in sport, Nigeria's Toby Amushan will return to action at the Diamond League when she lines up in the women's 100 meters hurdles at the Meeting de Paris on Friday. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fabolagun. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.